Hello, and welcome to the Cook Library Center Volunteer Training. I am Gabby Favela, and I am the Family and Volunteer Coordinator here at the Cook Library Center. So, about the Cook Library Center, we're located at 1100 Granville Avenue Southwest in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Though we are located in the Roosevelt Park neighborhood, we also serve the Black Hills neighborhood. We provide different services. Here's a list. It's library services such as books, copy printing and fax, free Wi-Fi, access to computers, and off-programming after-school homework help. For our programming, which is called Cook Library After School, or CLASS, we provide fun and challenging classes, mostly focused on grades K through 8, but we are trying to do a push for all ages and families. We provide access to specialized homework help for grades 5 through 12 and general homework help. And our class programming runs in 4 sessions that vary in length. And those are our fall, winter, spring, and summer sessions. So a schedule for a day at the CLC is students arrive, usually in 3 waves, depending on their school. Students sign in and then receive their snacks. They sign in at the iPad at the front desk. After eating, students do their homework and 20 minutes of reading, and then after that, they play if there's enough time to, or they go to their classes. This is a list of offerings. This is a little outdated, but you can see that there's a variety of classes from laboratory, awesome gym, double dutch, talk and craft, and from that you can see that we try to do a mix between academic classes and fun classes, although we try to make all classes fun. So how to help? Throughout the year, there's a few different volunteers opportunities. So you can watch a chessboard for a chess tournament, you can help with an event, such as Trunk or Treat, Dia del Sol, or a book giveaway, or you can volunteer for after-school hours and help with homework, play with students, and assist in classes, which is what most of our volunteers do, especially if they're doing this for class credit. So step 1, helping with homework. As I mentioned, we ask students to do their homework after they finish eating, so it's the first thing that they should do after that. Ask students what they're working on or to explain the assignment to you. Ask if they need any help. Even if they say no, make sure to come and check back in with them, and don't forget to do that because sometimes they change their minds. Make sure students understand instructions and any large vocabulary words. Offer to explain things in different ways. We have a lot of visuals and manipulatives that you're welcome to use. Ask students to explain what they're thinking, when they're wrong, and when they're right. And when a student is stuck, try to give a hint or a background lesson rather than the outright answer. So step 2, helping with reading. As I mentioned before, after homework, students are asked to do 20 minutes of reading, and here's a few tips to make that easier. You can read with them. Popcorn reading is a lot of fun. Have them read what they know, so let them pick out a book at whatever level they're comfortable with. When you're trying to explain something, try to explain it using their words of the week, which are their spelling words. Ask questions about the pictures or what they think will happen based on the pictures. And Sue, our director, is a great resource if you want to learn more ways or if you're struggling to make reading fun. Sue loves to make reading more engaging. And step 3, helping with play. When they're done with homework and reading, they play unless there's programming, or if they have time before programming to play. And play is very important for our students' developing brains, and this manifests itself in many different ways. You could play make-believe with the toys located near the kitchen. You could play board games or card games. Chess and Uno are very popular here. And you could color or draw. And the tools to do that are located behind the front desk. The most important thing when you're helping with play is to participate, and if you're having fun, they will too. Relationship building is a very important part of what we do. And so through this, you're invited to be a guest in our neighborhood. So please keep these things in mind as you get to know the families we serve. Don't make assumptions about home life and circumstances. Everyone is different, and the norms for you are not the norms for everyone. And please keep high academic standards for our students. With these things in mind, remember not to pass judgment on our neighbors. We are not here to judge their lives, circumstances, or shame them. Many different languages are spoken around our community. There's English Spanish bilingual families, but there's also a variety of Guatemalan dialects and African languages. So please avoid making assumptions. Don't be afraid to ask, what language do you prefer? Or to say, I don't speak Spanish, but I can find you someone who can. And also, when you're working with a student that is English Spanish bilingual and you speak Spanish and English, make sure to ask what language they prefer to work in, because even if they know both languages, a lot of students do have preferences. Boundaries are also very important in our space. Some of them are not to exchange social media information with our students, respect physical boundaries, no lap sitting, piggyback rides, or tickling. Ask before you hug anyone in our space. You should never be completely alone with a student. Keep conversations appropriate for the space and the students, even if you're not talking to them. This includes hand gestures. We do not tolerate harassment of any kind. Harassment for another person in this space is ground for immediate dismissal as a volunteer, and depending on the incident, may lead to legal action, and that's harassment towards volunteers, students, staff, or neighborhood members. If you have been harassed by anyone in this space, please contact the family and volunteer coordinator, myself, immediately so we can fill out an incident report. So the next steps to be a volunteer in our organization, or in particular in the Cook Library Center, are to watch the first part of our organization-wide video, which is available on our YouTube page at Granville Ave AH. Make sure you've completed your volunteer application, available on our website, god.org, under the volunteering tab. And when you first come in, don't forget to, the first day, make a name tag, but to get your name tag and sign in behind the front desk, and make sure you keep track of your hours, in particular if you are doing this for class credit. We have a lot of volunteers, and I myself cannot be personally responsible for those hours. Before you start on your first day, make sure you find a staff person to give you a volunteer contract to sign. And be sure to check any of our signage and the GRPS calendar to see if we will be open. If GRPS is closed, so are we, and that includes snow days, professional development days, and breaks. So, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact Gabby, myself, at gfavela@god.org, or our phone number, 616-475-1150. Thank you so much for your time. I hope that this video helps you in your volunteering journey here at the Cook Library Center. All the best.